Hello everyone, welcome to McConnell Air Force Base where we're sitting on the ramp here. That looks kind of weird. Hang on a second. See if I can't fix that a little. Alright, we're at McConnell Air Force Base, Kansas, and the KC46 getting ready to fire up for Ellsworth Air Force Base up in South Dakota. So, some places maybe you don't hear much on streaming, so what the heck, we're going to take the KC46 here, albeit let's put it out there right now. Yes, not 100% the KC46, because if it was, it would be a 767-200, and of course there would be a boom on the back of the aircraft, but it's flight factor 300 freighter, so if you get the extended version, which is the in-between, you'll get this. And folks, I mean, let's be real, at least it's something to work with. We can't do air refueling really in VATSIM. If you're going to do that, you got to be over in one of the military sims like DCS and all. We can get in close, but to actually connect and all on VATSIM, yep, good luck with that. I've never got within a mile of being able to connect. So, but anyway, we're not going to be doing any air refueling. We're going to just do a straight out cross country run. We'll go through the pre-flight here, but we're headed up to Ellsworth. When we come out of the break here that some of you will be headed to, we'll be pre-briefing. And I'm not sure how many of you all left already, but according to OBS, Twitch, and everything, we should be in a break right now. If we're not, great, we're in, getting ready to fly. We can look at this a little bit more. But to the subscribers, thank you so much. You're what helped make this all happen here, especially the aircraft we get. Followers, you really help us out just by your support of the stream. So, but we are in the month of September, so subbing to the channel is great. You get 25% off, Tier 1, Tier 2, 30%, Tier 3, and you get discounts for gifting a sub or over in the Loot Cave. So, but folks, we should be back here shortly, so we'll just keep kind of letting you all get a look, see how it's missing the boom. But, you know, we're going to have some fun here. So, anyway, but thank you again, folks, for all the support you give the stream. Without you all, it's pretty tough to do a stream. Just me talking to a screen. Oh, wait. I do that anyway. I think there's a neurological thing about that. But anyway, we'll go down that rabbit hole another day, another way. So, but anyway, folks, again, thank you so much. You don't realize how humbling when someone subscribes or gives biddies or even donates to the stream. It just amazes me. 3 years ago, I would have never, in my wild, I mean, ask Hawker125, our moderator. Not sure if he's in the house, but hang on a second. I would have never guessed that there was an audience. So thank you, folks. Thank you so much. So we should all be back from break now. So let's get up into the cockpit, or as many call it, the office. And let's take a look. Welcome to a 767. All right, let's clear the screen here a little bit. Let's get rid of that. And folks, let's pre-brief, shall we? And then we can just get right into getting this bird airborne. Sim Toolkit's the animal we use here for our pre-briefs. I kind of call it a one-stop shop, folks. First off, I'm going to use a word, folks, that's pretty taboo in flight sim worlds before. It's free. Just like Volanta is free to a point. Far as I know, I'm not missing anything out of Sim Toolkit without paying. There are some things in Volanta you got to pay for. So there's where your differences come in. Now, I don't know, not going to sit here and compare, contrast the two. I'm just going to say I prefer Sim Toolkit. So I find it very easy to use, very user friendly, it gives me all the information I need in one place. Down below, you can see I've added NavGraph, that's payware. SkyVector, that's free. SimBrief, that's free once you register. DATIS, that's free. Boy, I'm using a lot of words here that's just completely contrary to flight sims that we know of past. So that's awesome to see. Now, granted, like I said, NavGraph is a pay service. You get it with your subscription, folks. Now, it's optional with your subscription for those of us that like to keep our nav databases up to date. And I do. Small extra on your fee. On what you pay for that, you get charts for the world, folks. There are very few airports I've gone into I can't find a chart for it on NavGraph. SkyVector will get you just the US. So if you're just going to stay in the US, I'd say SkyVector. Sorry, NavGraph. But if you're going to fly Germany, if you're going to fly Japan, if you're going to fly in Australia, Africa, folks, I'd look into NavGraph. So enough plugging there. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, you can see the flight plan here, folks. It's real simple. I mean, we're going to put it in. That's how simple it is. I'm not doing a company route or anything when it's this simple. One day I told you all I would, so we'll get that. That could be coming up tomorrow. We'll take a look at the routing. Actually, that's in an Airbus, so yeah, it'll already, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so we're sitting here. You can see a batch of rain to the north and a little bit along our way. Up in Rapid City, South Dakota, they're kind of off and on showers up there, so we'll see what we end up with. Current METAR here at McConnell. Winds out of the south at 11. Nice little bit of a crab on takeoff. Not much, but a little. 10 miles of visibility. And we got some pesky clouds to consider at 17,000 and 19,000. Overall, not a bad day at the moment here in McConnell. Give it a few hours. And I'm sure all of this will be right here. Up there in Rapid City as we prepare. Got a north wind at 12. 10 miles of visibility and a ceiling at 13,000 feet. Folks, right now, no problems in Rapid City. I have looked at some of the TAFs. I'm not even sure if I can pull them up here. Let's see. Nope, they don't have them available. But... oh, will this tell me what I want? No, it won't. Okay. Anyway, folks, so I know one way to show it to you, so we'll get there in a second. The loadout that we're planning is just a crew of 3, 84,000 pounds. We're going to be talking about this in a second. And 31,000, actually almost 85,000. But anyway, 31,200 pounds of fuel. We're going to head up there to cost index of 80 and 32,000. All right, I mentioned we'll talk about the loadout here. Real quick, let's pick up the weather here. Hang on a second. Let's view. All right, now when you generate your flight plan, whatever format you're in, this is what will come up at the top half, giving you the basics, flight info, summary, weight, your loadout sheet, basically, route. Now we get down into your remarks that the dispatcher might give you. Well, we don't really get much. And then we get these lovely things. Let's look at the arrival airport. Okay, currently, again, calm. Actually, it's a little different than what we had, but still, a few clouds now, 12,000. But if you get down here into the forecast, see, we're getting some light showers. It probably won't be on us by the time we get there, but the ceiling now is 4,000. Now we begin thinking, you know, our instrument arrivals and all of that. So Actually, I start really thinking about it at 3,000 or lower, but we're at 4,000. So let's begin back of the noggin there. Keep that in mind. All right. And just since we did that, let's double check here. And still out of the south, 10, 18,000. Okay, we're good. All right. And again, you can actually preview here, folks. So it's the same one you would have gotten from Sim Toolkit. All right, and we're not going anywhere where there's DATIS, so we're not going to be able to use that feature I have down below. All right, so there we go, folks. The pre-brief is done. We're taking off on 19 left, which is almost said 1,300 feet. How about 12,000 feet long? And we're at 1,372 feet MSL. So pretty good day. Actually, our runway heading is going to be getting pretty close to that wind that we saw. Up there in Ellsworth, we're looking at 3,200, 3,300 feet, we'll call it MSL. We're starting to get up there a little, folks. ILS Cat 1 approach, there's our frequencies heading on it, and it is a 13,500 foot field. For those of you curious, Ellsworth Air Force Base was an old SAC base, kind of still is a SAC base, except it's called Global Strike. The B-1s are there. However, I don't have any AI traffic or any B-1s, so if there are any flying around, we won't see them. They may look like a 767 for all we know. All right, like I said, let's get this plane going, shall we? We're going to talk cargo real quick. We got to load the plane up. I'm going to go ahead and get the EFB loaded. You've got this option. I like to tilt it. You don't have to. You can get it from the menu or pilot's left knee. Oh, I've already got it out. See, watch. It'll go back. Oink. So there's where it's stored if you want it there. First thing when you come in, folks, make sure in this configuration for cargo, stairs, chocks. Now, to load cargo, you'll need the LSU and the loader unit. To put the people in the aircraft, you need the stairs and the fuel truck to do the fuel. GPU is an added bonus, unless you're going to run the APU. ACU, air condition unit, it's what's cooling the plane right now. All right, so there you go. Waste unit, that kind of self-explanatory. This is if you want to do a start off the ramp without your APU. All right, so let's first perform maintenance. That way, anything that may give us some troubles gets a little work done. Now we get to the tricky part of this plane. I am just going to zero these two figures out. All right, so currently our zero fuel weight is 198,000 pounds. All right, now we said in our briefing we're going to load 84,730 pounds. All right, now you all think that's pretty simple. It actually is, but when you look at the way it's written up on the screen here, it does get a little confusing. Many would think you just put, I want to put, what do we got, 13 pallets here, we'll put that much weight on each pallet. That's not how that works. Each pallet you load adds 9,800 pounds to the plane. Let me say that again. For every pallet you put in, top side and bottom, got them here in the cargo or under the belly or in the belly, 9,800 pounds. So what I do, and by the way, unfortunately that includes the people. Yeah. Now when you have the passenger version, of course, it's a little different, obviously. Duh, we have people. But for pallets in cargo, we have to go this route. All right, so you have 84,730. That's our projected payload for the run. What I do is divide that by 9,800 pounds. How many pallets will I need? 8.6. Okay, now you can't really do 0.6 as you're seeing here, but we'll show you how you work around that. So what I'll do is put 8 on the pallet number. Enter. Boom. I know, you see red, don't worry about it. Tail's not going to drop on you, all of that good stuff. All right, now we know that our zero fuel weight is projected at 282,730. Now, to make up the difference here so we kind of match up with our SimBrief projections, take the zero fuel weight expected, minus it by, right now, the current zero fuel weight on the EFB. So minus 276,400. 6330, folks, and that I put in the cargo weight. Enter. Boom. Now, if you look at your zero fuel weight, it should be either right on or very close to the projected numbers from SimBrief. And that's how you do this plane, folks. It's kind of a pain in the rump. Yes, it is. We got to work with what we got here. Now, we're going to be loading on 31,222. I'm just going to do a captain verification here. 282,730, 31222. Okay. And load. If you don't have everything up here, it will tell you why it's not loading. One other cute little thing that occurs, folks, in the passenger plane. When you click load, you're going to hear what sounds like cargo pallets smashing through, right? Instead of people. And you'll hear people while you're loading cargo. What can I say, folks? All right, so there you have how you get it ready and going. Now the checklist I run pretty much at this point says I could technically set the path for pushback. We're going forwards, we don't have to. And dismiss gates. Well, you can't dismiss till you're loaded. But you'll, at the end of this, dismiss chocks, gate, fuel truck, close your doors. Guess what? We're not going to do that. Now, one thing that's neat about this plane, you know when it's done loading, this goes away. Say you've done this already, gotten rid of it. You don't hear the noise. And your fuel quantity, which I love the 767 for this, how they put a fuel panel quantities here, is at 31.2. So, all right, so we got through that. Let's get on here, do our safety check, shall we? Well, we already know. Hang on a second. Okay, so for our safety check, folks, looking at the cockpit, we already know the battery's on. We're on some kind of power. It's external power. So the bus ties and all, but we'll verify. Okay, battery shows on, standby power auto. External power's on, auto. Utility buses are on. Click the outside buttons, folks, for your gen connects. This is how it automatically, when the engines spool up to a certain point, you'll see it flicker. That's the generator connecting in. If you click these, you'll have to perform maintenance again. Same with this one. Okay, get the emergency lights armed. Now, I've done a few extra steps here, folks. I actually have electric hydraulic pumps on. The man's on auto. Window heats on. My cabin air selections to auto. Trim air, recirc on. And I have the cabin temperature set to auto. That way we can keep the plane at a decent level and we don't start getting flight attendants. It's hot back here. It's cold back here. Please turn some heat on. And then I also get my isolation valve set up. All right, next step. Let's and we got our lighting set up. Okay, we're at 30.9, so here in a second you're going to hear no noise. And we'll go back to the EFB real quick. You'll see that it's done loading. Okay, I just heard it come off. And like I said, we'll just go from here. See, you're no longer being told it's loading. Optimized. Oh, we did not optimize. Shame on me. Hopefully that works. Forgot to optimize, folks. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead. Get these aligning. I've moved the display switch to heading, so when they go from DC, which is a very important check, to align, you'll see how many minutes till align. And then take them to nav. All right, that's 7 minutes, folks. So that gives us a few minutes here. I am going to go ahead, get the plane readied. We're not going to turn the yaw dampers on just yet, but we've got the electronic engine connections on, normal. Hydraulic pumps C, which are the electrics, on. Demands on. We're not turning the bulk heat or any of that on yet. We will in a second. Engine start, we're going to go with 1. We've got our engine selectors to off. Fuel pumps are off. Wing and anti-ice is off. Lighting set. Window heat on. Passenger signs we'll go ahead and turn on. Landing elevation, we're gonna set for Ellsworth. I know, go ahead, say it. You shouldn't do that. You may have to come back. And you know what? You would be right. We have had to return a couple times. So, you would be correct in that statement, folks. All right, and finally, equipment cooling is auto, and everything else looks good on the boards. Let's get down here and start the FMC. All right. Okay, September 7th to October 5th. Gonna be a KIAB. Okay, route KIB KRCA. We're going to be Sim Air Force, but I'll go ahead and put us in as Reach 18. All right, we're going to take a quick second here, folks. I see that both Twitch, my Twitch running off, that's not following, and OBS are saying they're coming out of a break right now. Welcome back, folks. We're in the process of programming the box here, and all we got to do is put IAB. Oh, wait, correction, ICT, I believe, is our first fix. Let me do some double checking here, folks. ICT. ICT is located. Okay, we got a couple things to look for. Frequency is 13.8, and it's in the northern hemisphere, 374287, close enough. By west at 97, guess what? I'm going to go with that one. Okay, next up is LBF. I believe that is North Platte. Yep. Had to look it up on the chart. That came up good. And then we're going to Rapid City. And that's going to come up RAP. And we can activate it. Now I can hear y'all going, why aren't you checking it here? Well, we're still aligning, so I can't. So we can continue on, though. We'll check it here in a minute. All right, next up. Actually, we'll go back to route. Hit route copy. And we're going to do departure 19 left, execute. Looks good. Looks good. 0 fuel weight 2871. Second 287. So somewhere along the line we're 5,000 pounds off. We'll go with it though. Reserve fuel for the flight. Hang on a second. I am going to pull that number. I've got it real quick here. Looks like 13.9. Our alternate today, folks, is Casper, Wyoming. Cruise altitude, we said 32,000 in the brief. Cost index 80. What we didn't talk about was the in-flight winds, 250 estimated, diagonal 26. I'm going to go ahead and throw 2,000 in the step climb. Flight plan itself does not show us step climbing, folks. So, all right, so that gets us to this point. So basically, I'm right now just waiting on the IRU to align. That should not take very much longer. There it is. So I'm getting something else prepared here. We're going from KIAB, KRCA. What's it again? CPR, okay. Alternate CPR. Alright, so I just need to get our 0 fuel weight to match. Uh, 2827. Uh, 2827. All right, how close? Simple. A little bit more weight in the I can just make this simple. All right, so we got that all fixed out. Fuel 31. I'll show you in a minute what I'm building up here. 1,000. Trip fuel 15,295. All right, real quick, what I've been working on. Top Cat. All right, folks, this is another piece of payware that I use and I have used for many years to help me with getting my V speeds for takeoff, my performance information, which we do on the next pages, as well as my landing data. Now, you can rely on the FMC. Hey, that's perfectly fine, good. I like getting as close as I can. Real quick, though. Too many. 1 minute to alignment. All right, you'll know you're aligned. You'll see blue skies, brown ground, and this will fill in a little more. But anyway, on Top Cat, basically we fill in what we can. Like on freighters, you can't put in people, but you can bring the cargo weight up to what you're flying out. And that seems like all of a sudden it got low. What the heck happened? Plus 282. All right, that's real nice. Let's come up to 5. There we go. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. Okay, it looks like we just aligned. And we did. So this is what it looks like when you're aligned. See how I said blue, brown, and this fills in a little more? Real quick, because I know some of you out there just have to see it on the plan. Legs. What the heck? Doing wrong. There we go. I'm like, what are we doing wrong here? Okay, there's ICT, LBF, and Rapid City. Everything looks good. We don't have a departure out of good old McConnell, nor do we have one into Ellsworth. So anyway, back into this. So we've got our basic stuff set up here. The only thing we're not going to get are trim data because there really isn't a good freighter profile for Top Cat. And there are no performance for SimBrief. So we go to takeoff. Okay, let's hit update. Get the latest and greatest. 150 at 10 heading. So we got a headwind of 8, crosswind of 6. Temperature is 30. There's our altimeters. And can't pull up any NOTAMs real easily, so we'll go dry. 19 left. There's our parameters. I'm going to go ahead and turn the engine ice on because I did see it raining earlier. 59 degrees. That sounds like a good one. That'll leave us 3,100 feet for our D rate. All right, so okay, so what do we do with this data? Let's go back to route. Got our runway in. Next page. Oh, wrong, sorry, my bad. That page. Okay, we got our data correctly in. Go to takeoff. Folks, first off, I always click CG just to put it in. Take the extra second. It's all it takes here. Go put your wind in. 150 at 10. Worst case scenario, folks, put in, well, actually, you can't on this one. Other ones, you can put in your slope. I mean, your heading for your runway, sorry. Here, we're looking at down, so it's D 0.2. Find this in Sim Toolkit. You can find it actually in charts. I'd have to go and look at them again. And then your outside air temperature reference 26 D6. Right up there, folks. And then go back. Okay, so now you fine-tuned your information. So now we're saying we're going to go takeoff. Probably would have derated. I don't know how to set that up over here, so I just go a little bit with more power. So we'll set 59. Now the neat thing is, if you read this, okay, we're going to be blasting at 102.2% of N1, folks. So Those of you that don't think these aircraft can go above 100% power, so it happens. But if we were able to get down to TO1 or 2, we might get that into the 90s, maybe upper 80s. Okay, flaps, we're going flaps 5. And then reference speeds, let's select on. And let's take a look. 137, 145, 153. We're close. I'm going to go with 137. I'm just going to go with these. And there you go, folks. We're pre-flighted, ready to go. Okay, from here, we've already done the remainder of the checklist, which is up top here. Except for one step, we're going to come up here to display. Go back to what you're used to seeing, lat lawn. Okay, we're all set here. One last check. Everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and start closing up the plane. Let's get rid of those. Fuel truck can go. Can't get rid of the GPU or the ACU yet, but we can get rid of the loader. Come over to the airplane page. Close, 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 close. So if we go outside, all we should see is the ground unit, the staircase, ACU, and everything else, set up, ready to go. All right, now let's get that APU on. Okay, and to do that, it's real simple. Go to on, start. You can click the fuel pump on if you want. And I didn't know if you could hear it or not. But we'll look here, we're almost there. This one I'm just going to set at legs. And everything looks good at the moment, folks. So we'll go back up here, flip on the generator, come off the GPU, see the switch as it goes now to the APU generator. And we are now going to be on the APU air. Bear with me 1 second here. I'm following the checklist, getting my ACARS started. Folks, I'm glad you all are here. Click that follow button if you're new. We would really love to see you on our next flight. Tomorrow we're going from Algeria to St. Louis, France. Maybe it's called St. Louis. I don't know. I'm going to call it St. Louis just because. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Well, I live there. I'm not from there. All right, let's pull up our flight. Fly. VATSIM. 32,000. And let me throw our route in real quick. There we go. All right, so we are ready to go, folks. Let me make, oh, I'm not on VATSIM. All right, and we are again flying for simulated Air Force, folks. Stand by, I'll get you a link to these folks. If you're into flying in military style flights, combat's a little tricky in VATSIM, not because of rules and all that, just the way the network is. Um, but if you're into that, these are a pretty good bunch to check out. Here's a link to them, and hope you all give them a try. They're always looking for new pilots to join. They do have the strict limits because they do fly air refueling, even though we can't really get in on the boom. But they do fly formations. They do some stuff, and they also work with the combat sims out there. So check them out, folks. Links in the chat room for you. And folks, we are ready to go. All doors, we're getting ready to button up right now. Let's do it from outside. Okay, so we know we're on. Oh, wrong one. Let's go down there. Airplane. Let's close that main door. Ground. Actually, I do want to check something. We are available. Okay. All right, so we got to get rid of the staircase. Boom. Get rid of the GPU. Boom. Get rid of the ACU. Boom. Let's go ahead and pull the chocks. We're ready to go. And verify parking brake is on, and parking brake is on. All right, folks, to start this beast up, it's very, very simple. Just like most new generation aircraft, it's just a turn your packs off, boom, hit your engine starters, pretty much. But first, let's turn the fuel switches on, just for fun. Also, to announce to the world we're starting, kick the beacons on. Okay, so turn the packs off. That's these two levers right above the gauge. Make sure we see it climb. We'll start up number 2, the ground, GND. Switch to engine. I'm going to blow this up. We're going to hit this magenta line and then introduce fuel on the fuel controller coming up. And that's it, folks. Okay, and we're just waiting for it to stabilize. Oh, my eye is giving me some troubles here, folks. Hang on a second. There we go. All right, N1 has finally stabilized, so has our EGT and everything else. All right, so let me go ahead and pull these away again. Again, we're waiting for the needle to hit that magenta line when I go to ground on engine 1. GND. Okay, back down. There's your magenta line. When that needle gets to it at 20, you'll switch to idle. Or to run, sorry. Now you see the flickering that goes on, folks? That's where I was telling you the gen connects are bringing you on to the gens automatically. Okay, let's finish it off, shall we? Okay, we've got engine starts. Nope, we're not fully stabilized yet, but we'll start looking ahead. Okay, parking brake is on, and we see the announcement. Tow vehicle we never had. And we're just waiting. All right, good enough for me. Let's get up here and start in the checklist, which is simple. Engine pumps on. I'll tell you why the yaw dampers will wait till the runway. You'll see it here in a minute. Let's see. Anti-ice. We'll go with engine. Bleeds on. Packs on. APU bleed off. APU off. Gen off. There you go, folks. Now we just got our before taxi to do. Auto brakes. Down here, close reject takeoff, or RTO. We'll turn the taxi lights on in a minute. Flight directors on. Auto and auto. All right, and MCP, we just need to set here to 1. On a second, Top Cat, what was that heading? 188. Okay, I am going to go ahead and set to 32,000 since we do not have ATC, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check before taxi. Chicago Center does not control here, folks. All right, next up, we've got our speed, 153. Let's go 163. Heading, altitude set, state trim, 2.1. Hang on, let me slide over here. Seems kind of low. We'll see how this goes on takeoff. Okay, hopefully good. And flaps 5. Fist control set, range mode, terrain, weather off. We can turn the weather on. But we'll leave it from being displayed. All right, looking here. We already have a problem here with our radios, folks. Right now, you would not be able to transmit. Let me show this real quick. A lot of people run into this problem. I don't know why this change came in where they actually have more control here than probably they should give them. All right, so people are saying they're not being able to transmit, and they end up texting and they're upset. Click here, get this lit up. Look, all of a sudden your TX lit up. Next, click your volume and make sure it's turned up. Now you have TX received, so you can transmit and you can hear. And I always say turn it up. Now, COM2, I'm not getting into. That's a whole different thing. I'm not worried about COM2. I know some of you are. You all are going to have to read the documentation. All right, we're ready to taxi, folks. So again, thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike, and we hope you enjoy the ride. Hang on a second. Let's zero that out and punch off the brakes. Here we go. Taxi lights coming on. hopefully that CG got resolved. We'll find out real quick on takeoff. Pretty sure it did. I've actually never tried that before.
Wichita traffic, United 2322, passing runway 19 right, Wichita.
Alright, and go all the way out to this one. Now the interesting thing is, and I don't know where X-Plane saw this, they have them parking east-west. When they actually do park north-south. And in 3 rows here, so including the 767s. Alright, while we're getting up to the line, weather flight controls. Here we go. To the left, to the right, left one more time, center, right, center, up, down, down. Okay, and right or left, right, left, right. Okay, so everything's good there. And finally, let's get our weather radars on. Okay, so see if I can't zoom in on. Okay, so your terrain for this nav display, which is your captain, is right there, and your weather. We're going to go weather on that one. Terrain on the co-pilot side. So you're going to now see the weather radar here, as long as it's turned on. Okay, and then your terrain will show up over here. Now, if you change any settings, it's going to balk at you, but I am going to change because I want 40 at minimum. And we're going to go 20 minimum here. All right, so we're cleared for takeoff. McConnell traffic, Sim Air Force 18 Heavy, departing runway 19 left. Okay, and with that call, folks, strobers on, landing lights on, set up here, transponder, TARA, ready to go. Not sure where he's at. It was United. But this will be a nice little flight, folks, from McConnell up to Ellsworth. Actually, really looking forward to this. In X-Plane 12.
Wichita traffic, United 2322, lining up runway 19 right, Wichita.
Okay. We've got takeoff power just about to be applied. Toga. .80 knots, airspeed all look good. Okay, 120. Coming up on V1, V1. Center, rotate.
Don't sink.
gear. All right, we got our 400 feet. Let's go ahead. Nothing on traffic. We're gonna kind of keep a straight out. I don't know if they have actually been turning. McConnell traffic, Sim Air Force 18 heavy, clear of the area, turning north. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go this way. That way we know we should remain out of his airspace. Okay, and I am going to tilt the radar neutral. And I'd like to get, let's go out 40. And no, folks, that's not severe weather ahead of us. Right flaps. Okay.
Wichita traffic, United 2322 departing 19 right to the north, Wichita.
All right, we are going to go direct Wichita ICT, or yeah, ICT. So let's get this over on legs. I'm going to get this one up on progress. And we're going to go direct ICT. Boom. Enter LNAV. Coming up on 10,000. Let's go ahead and get the lights off. Real quick after takeoff, so we got the autopilot on. Nice clouds we're going to get out and look at here in a second. Flaps retracted. We're accelerating. And get RTO is set. All right. So there we go. Let's look out that side and look at the clouds. All right, folks. Wasn't much to see there. Kind of loud. I may turn that down. There you have it, folks. We are airborne, climbing out of Wichita, Kansas for South Dakota. So, again, folks, for those that may have missed it, the month of September is to Twitch the month of Subtember. And, you know, this is really about the only time I ever really plug subbing our channel. Oh, wait, we got a message here. Hang on. Oh, we're showing insufficient fuel. What are we showing? .7. That's plenty to still make over to Kansas or over to Wyoming. So, all right. Anyway, as I was saying, sorry folks, saw that on there. Thought I better attend to it. So it is September, and again, I don't normally plug subbing. I don't really push it like a lot of streamers do, but since Twitch is giving great deals, I thought why not in the month of September. For Tier 1, Tier 2 subbing, 25% off. Tier 3 subbing is 30% off. And folks, you get a discount. I believe it's 25% off if you gift a sub or as many subs as you want on a channel. And you get discounts in the Twitch loot. I think it's called Loot Cave. That's no matter how you sub, folks, either with Prime or just your standard ways. So just remember, Tier 1, 25%, Tier 2, 25%, Tier 3, 30%. And folks, that's not just for Flying with Mike. That's any streamer out there that you like and you want to show, what I like to say, show a little love to that streamer. And we hope you show some to us, but you know, it's not a requirement, folks. So, but anyway, you know, show them your appreciation. It helps them out, make the stream a little better for you and for the community at large. All right, there's 29.2 and 29.2. So, hope you take advantage of that, folks. Few more days left in the month of September for September. And hope you take advantage of it. All right, we're climbing out now. I did not put us in a climb D rate of 1 or 2. My bad, but we're military, so you know what? We'll get up there quick. All right, let me get my heading set. I'm going to explain this here because a lot of people kind of wonder why I do that. How many times on VATSIM, folks, have you heard someone say, you hear ATC go, you're off course, XYZ call sign. You need to turn to heading, blah, blah, blah. And then you hear it come back, I'm having FMC problems. Okay. 9 out of 10 times, folks, the cause for that problem is when you are setting up your arrival, it takes you back to your last one. So if you have your heading set on the general direction, I try to keep it on it. As soon as I notice it doing it, I punch the select button on this plane, other planes down here, and get it turning back on the course. And then if he tells me I'm still off course, adjust there, figure it out in the box as we go. Now, if you're not flying with an FMC, can't help you. You did something else. But again, it really does help, folks. Even if you're on autopilot, you're on GPS, that is a lot of times, I'll say 8, 9 times out of 10, the cause of that. So, you know, if you keep your heading close, by gosh, if you get screwed up and twisted in this, you can just punch it and you're back on course. So I am going to take a really quick break and I'll be right back. The CEO has some words for me. All right, one other announcement. Sorry, folks, back with you. I may breakaway or just kind of seem quiet. We're not running any music right now. It's a battle. I don't know if I want to say between Twitch and YouTube or Approaching Nirvana, but every time I play an Approaching Nirvana song, Twitch loves it. YouTube flags me for it. So, sorry guys, you actually got really great music. Just because of that squabble, I'm just not going to play music. So, the only music you'll hear is start, finish, and anyone other than them, so I can stay out of getting in trouble. And to be totally honest with you folks, they have every right to do that. I'm not upset with them. They have every right to say, YouTubers, we aren't being whatever, you know, they get from them. So yeah, you're going to be a copyright violation. So I'm respectful and not going to run the music. So, but why there may be some breaks in the commentary, the junior co-pilot is visiting the house for the next few days and may have to take care of her, dart right back. So we will be back. I just wanted to let you all in on that. All right, folks, we are climbing away. We're just about to cruise altitude, and we'll take a look up here at 56 minutes away from Rapid City. Again, folks, if you're interested in military aviation, military flying on VATSIM, especially, but they also do work on digital combat. Check out Sim Air Force, who we're flying for today. Here's a link to them. I just gave it to you all about half hour ago, but since Stream Elements has been giving my links some headaches, it doesn't for some reason this way, so hey, we'll do it that way. You know what, you know, always a workaround for something. So, but anyway, folks, we are reaching cruise altitude. Let's go ahead and kill those lights, as well as let our cargo up and about. They're having a heck of a party back there in the cargo bay. So, and we're on 321, and everything's looking good. Weather, what's the you can see what the ground radar is showing here, terrain radar, and here's our little blip here, little blips here and there, but we're on our way. Currently looking at 400 miles to Ellsworth. Top of descent will start popping up here around 200 to 300, and then we'll start in on our brief. So, all right, well, we are leveling off. Unfortunately, I can't do much with the FMCs here. So we are going to just kind of go into cruise mode, and we'll be right back. Just noticed I didn't put up the link that I was telling you. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those kinds of streams. So folks, we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back with you. Hope you're enjoying. Let's take a look out here. Oh, wow. Okay, folks, just getting this in about 4 hours ago. Area of low pressure expected to bring tropical storm conditions into portions of the southeast and mid-Atlantic here over the next few days. I thought this was supposed to have a name by now. Oh, it's a potential tropical cyclone number 16. So, due to come, they're aiming it, looks like the North Carolina coast up towards Norfolk. So, guys, kind of pay attention. Shouldn't be all that bad, but you know what? I would never take a system like these for granted anymore. So, but anyway, yeah, just looking at my Facebook here. All right, so hope you all are enjoying your Thursday, otherwise affectionately called here Friday Eve, and look forward to tomorrow's flight. Hope you all are too, and if you're interested when we're going to go live, hey, smash that follow button, folks. When we do go live, you'll get an email. Especially if you click that notifications icon. And by the way, folks, I have been remiss in saying this. Let me see if it will come out. Let me see. Usually it does. There we go. If you miss a stream or miss part of a stream and you want to come back and see what you missed, or heck, you want to figure out what's Flying with Mike been doing here of late, check us out over on our YouTube channel. We usually take the stream that day, just simply upload it. I'm recording it right now, folks, so I just simply take that recording, upload it to Twitch, and you all, or I'm sorry, let's rephrase that, upload to YouTube, and then you can watch what you missed. We've got a great following over there, folks. Matter of fact, one of our YouTubers suggested there's a group flight I'm working up because we crossed 300 followers in Twitch, and if we haven't, we're very close to it in YouTube. So I thought, why not put a group flight together? Be next Saturday, not day after tomorrow. I'm actually working then. The following Saturday. and we're going to fly down in South America. We're going to go from Viru to Rio. Check out our Discord channel. Check out down below in the About to find out here soon what the actual arrival point is. It's not the Rio main airport, it's the other one. I think it's SB as in boy, RJ. Santos. I've already got it removed here, so I can't really pull it up easily. But yeah, check it out, folks. We are gonna fly that as a tribute. Who knows? We may even give away something on it. I haven't gotten that far into it yet. But yeah, that's 2 weeks or a week from Saturday. We will fly to Rio. Aircraft will be in the notes when we put it up. All right, the timer up top says 45 minutes, folks. Let's get back in the aircraft. Actually, let's do it this way. Take a look at the beautiful X-Plane 12 clouds that they are, I mean, with every release still tweaking here and there, but boy, from the beginning, they have been phenomenal. And now with the introduction of Cirrus and it's just getting even better. Every time it updates, folks, they are really doing great job. All right, so hope y'all are enjoying. Let's get in here, see what we're looking at here. We're still not in close enough to get a top of descent, but I can tell you this much, we're 300 miles out. Let's kind of start talking through it, shall we? I'm going to bring in Top Cat, folks. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of VATSIM or X-Pilot. Let's get Top Cat in here. Our estimated landing weight 297.7. Okay. So we'll click landing up here now. We'll click update. Still showing a somewhat northeast wind, let's make it northeast. 050, 10-mile visibility, and a few clouds to pester us at 14,000 feet. All right, so temperature there's 21. Current, we'd be coming in on a tailwind. I'm gonna try something here, folks. Let me get Top Cat out of here. I'm gonna bring Sim Toolkit in. We're going to bring NavGraph in. Unload this. All right, click import. Import from SimBrief, and we'll get our latest, greatest flight from there. All right, let's see if we can get the real world ATIS. Can't duck on it. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I am pretty sure it's not here, but our AP, nope, it's not. Okay. Like I said, it was worth a shot. I was kind of hoping to see the ATIS. All right, we'll try one more way. Nope, not gonna get it. Doggone it, I was kind of hoping. All right, well, every now and then if you click ATIS, usually it's a... Just make sure nobody else has... No, okay. You can see it'll give you real. So that's why I wanted to check. All right, so RCA 050. All right. According to this, we should be looking at a runway 13 arrival. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead for now, get rid of Sim Toolkit. Bring Top Cap back in. So runway 13 is going to be what we shoot. I was hoping to get an ATIS out of them. All right, so we'll come in, packs on, anti-ice. Probably not going to need it, but I am going to set it to auto land just so I get the maximum amount of data down here. Doesn't mean we have to shoot it, folks. Okay. Okay, so we got a 13,500 foot runway. It's 130 feet. I'm sorry, 300 feet wide, 130 degrees. Okay, pretty simple. Set there, flaps 30, compute, and we're looking at 140 and 8,300 feet required. Okay, now, armed with that data, let's go in here. There are 0 arrivals, 8 approaches. Let's select. Now, we could go from Rapid City VOR up to the ILS, arc around and in. I think we'll do that. Sounds pretty fun to me. So, I think that's Rush out there. Find out. Yep. So we're going to go from Rapid City to Rush, work the DME arc, come in on the ILS. All right. So let's take a look at that ILS, shall we? Got plenty of time here to get into it. All right, top half, folks, this right here are just your frequencies. Here is what we're concerned with. Our localizer, 111.5. Final approach course, 130. It's also down here. FNO, 7.2 from the TACAN. We need to be at 5,200 feet MSL, or it translates out to 1,920 feet above the ground. Remember, we're at 3,276 feet MSL above sea level. So numbers are gonna be where you're kind of not used to in a lot of you. Here's your missed approach. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the big one. Decision altitude will be 3,476 feet. That's 200 feet above the ground. Okay, the game plan today, folks. Again, we're going to come into Rapid City VOR, turn to Rush, the initial for ILS 13. We're going to fly the 15-mile DME arc off the Ellsworth TACAN 25X for those of you able to track it that way. The rest of us, it's 108.8. Real world, I'm pretty sure it's not there, but I could be wrong. At the initial, or actually 319 off that TACAN, we start our turn for the intercept coming in. 15 miles out is Hackney, and then we track inbound. Bethno is our mark to be at 5,200 feet, rush at or above 6,000. Same at Hackney, descending to 5,200 where we have to be there on glide slope. Tracking in for making sure we hit our missed approach time. Approach speed will be right around 150, so let's set it at about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So 2 minutes, 5 seconds from here to here, wherever that point is, that's our missed approach point. And if we do about 800 feet a minute, we'll maintain our 3-degree glide slope. Okay, we got ALSIF 1 arrival for the approach lights, Pappies. Working from the TACAN, this is our missed approach. And then there's what it looks like. Finally, here's our what we have to come in. Ceiling has to be above 200 feet. If by some weird chance they're reporting at MSL, has to be above that. Visibility half mile or greater. RVR, if it's being reported, has to be 24. Or the METAR better say a half mile. Otherwise, we find another airport. Okay, we'll go ahead and get rid of Sim Toolkit here real quick. Let's bring in TopCat. Now, you're all, those of you that might have been in the commercial break, here you go one more time. So we filled in, there's our airport, there's our runway, updated, flaps 30, pack on, auto brakes 3. Yes, we're showing auto land. No, we're probably going to hand fly it. And we're going to need approach speed of 145 and 8,300 feet of the runway. All right, so there you have it, folks, our arrival brief. We are currently 140 miles out. So I am going to step away here real quick, and I'll be right back, and we'll get ready to set up for the arrival. All right, folks, we're back with you. And we'll be with you for the remainder here as we begin to work our way in. 26 minutes out. Okay, we're set up here, and we are now 80 miles out. All right, so let's get the latest weather report. Should be probably the same. Yep, 050 at 8. All right. I am going to go ahead and plug that in here. Flap speed, that'll work. All right, folks, and I hope you're enjoying the ride. It's been a fun flight so far. Not a lot going on here. Let's pop outside. So basically here, folks, what you have is the flight factor. A lot easier to talk. Just hang on. Sorry about that, folks. A cough came over me all of a sudden. So basically this aircraft is the flight factor 767 for X-plane extended version. So it's not the basic, and it's not the global, which is the most expensive. It's right in the middle. With it, you get the 200, the 300 ER, and the freighter. And then with the freighter, you get the paint job for it, and that's all it is a paint job, folks. You don't get the boom. You don't get a lot of things that we all know are on the 767. KC46 is the military designation. Oh. Hang on, I'll be right back, folks. I gotta blow out my nose. All right, sorry about that. So, we are getting very close to top of descent. We can now see it on the nav display. Let's take a look out the wings, see what we see here. Looks really good out the left side, out the right side. Not much change. Don't usually expect it to. But we're getting close for the arrival into Rapid City, South Dakota, home to Ellsworth Air Force Base and the B-1 bombers. Also home to Mount Rushmore, although not modeled default in X-plane. There actually is an add-on out there if you're a avid local wanting to fly low level and all, you know, down low to the ground. You can put it in. Alright, and the Black Hills is what it's really, South Dakota is known with. Crazy Horse and all of that. Neat little air. I kind of looked around yesterday to see what we were in for today. So, but anyway, it's been a fun ride. We'll kind of scope things out here. Alright, so we should, let's get back in here and see where we stand. Okay, we're about 45 miles out. Oh, actually about 54 miles out, sorry. From top of descent, and start those descent checks, shall we? Alright, so we got the seatbelt signs at auto right now. The FMC, we have Let's verify a couple things. So back on the init page, not showing up. Have we programmed it? Probably not. No, we have not. I'm glad we did this. All right, so we have not programmed our arrival. And we're doing the 13 ILS 13 Yankee approach. Select, rush, execute. That could affect our top of descent. It just did. It bumped us up a little bit. Alright, so we were looking to be at or around 6,000 at rush. Okay. Alright, so that bumped us a little bit, so we'll take advantage of it. Although I may still start the descent a little bit early so that we make sure rush we do make. Alright, now we go to init. Let's do this and this. Alright, so we're looking at 111.5. That is correct, 130. Let's go ahead and input it down here. Alright, so everything's kosher there. We're not going to worry too much yet about the brakes. Get us in a little closer and we'll be ready to go. Hope y'all are having a great Friday Eve. Hope any festivities for tonight you stay safe with, folks. Love to see you tomorrow from Algiers to St. Louis, or I'll call it St. Louis, France. Alright folks, welcome back as we are now once again 50-ish miles out. Sorry about that, hadn't programmed the arrival. And we're about to start our descent. I'm probably going to do it about 20 miles out. Just to be safe that we can get down to the 6,000 foot mark. It has to be by Hackney, but I'd like to do it by Rush. And then we just follow it around at 6,000. That way all we're doing is slowing the plane up so we can get ready for the approach. So, again, tomorrow's flight, folks, is Algeria to France, Algiers to St. Louis, France, or St. Louis, however you all pronounce it. But that ought to be a fun flight, and looking forward to it. If you're interested to want to know when we go live, smash that follow button, folks. You'll get a notification letting you know when we're live. If you're over on the YouTube channel and you'd like to know what we're doing, Well, you can scroll down to the about or into the more information. Click the Twitch link there, and it'll take you over to our Twitch page, and you can see what our schedule is. Or simply come over. Let's see if it'll work. Let's see if it'll work. Nope, it didn't. Let me do that for you. All right. Oh, where are you, Discord? Like I say, it's a 50-50 shot, folks, if it's gonna work. Huh, that was weird. Let me check the other one. All right. It was weird. My screens were hung up saying we were in a commercial break, and I'm like, no, we're not. You gotta love computers sometimes. Love to hate them sometimes. But we can't get rid of them, can we? All right, so we are now about 30 miles out from our new top of descent here. Oop, wrong one. Let's do it that way. Okay. All right, I am going to go ahead, set up our numbers, show you how we do this. Now, there's a couple of ways you can descend this airplane. By far, the easiest is just click the DES button, descend now. All right, and we are starting down. All right, so now that we're in the descent, all right, frequencies are set, and we are good to continue. We'll check our... Okay, everything's set here to auto. We'll turn the seatbelt sign. Now, granted, like I said, it really doesn't matter in cargo, the seatbelt sign. But since we do fly passenger, I keep up with it just to stay in the rhythm of it. And we said brakes 3. And well, if we do everything right, hopefully we can get off at Delta. And then find us a way into, where is base ops? Oh, there it is. So come off at Delta, we can go straight into base ops. Cool. Something tells me I probably, well, you never know. I might make it. I'm going to stay positive. Okay, and oh, excuse me. Okay, we're into some clouds. Okay, and we can see we're getting some returns. How we looking over on the... You can see how it's shaping up terrain-wise. And I would like, real quick... Okay, I think we'll see how things work out when we get there. And we're in the rain. Okay, we went ahead, said we were, okay, we already have them on, good. And we're in hyperspace, folks. All right, we can see the base. A little bit more to go through. And then we'll be right up on it. Let's go ahead, dial down to at least 20 so we can make sure. All right, 26,000. Let's go ahead, put the seatbelt sign on. And our wing lights on. All right, out we come. Let's take a look at that. Again, everything looking so much better. I came over to the X-Plane world, folks, from FSX, and oh my goodness, it's so much nicer here, so much cleaner, and performance-wise, it is a bit better. Now, FSX was not bad to me. My computer just ran out of memory. I'm not really sure what all caused that, but suffice to say, it's no longer in commission, and we are coming in on a new computer, and we've been on X-Plane, for about 3.5 years now, so, and it's not bad. Now, when I first looked at X-Plane, it took a while for me to trust that it got better, but They did indeed make it much better, to a point where I can finally say goodbye to Microsoft. So, each their own. You all enjoy Microsoft, enjoy it. I'm not going to sit here and try to sway you away from it. I am not going to be over there, so we will just keep pushing in. Rapid City is coming up over the nose, and here we go. All right, so we're going to be going to 2995 when we get to 18,000. Oh, we're back in hyperspace. I always love that view. All right, here we go, folks. Another layer of clouds to get through. We're not showing any rain or anything around us, so we'll see how this all transpires. Again, we're looking at a ceiling 4,000. Oh, wait a minute. Correction. No ceiling at Ellsworth. So we'll see how it works out. All right, we're through. Trying to look up here to see where we're going to hit 6,000. Oh, we're coming up to 18. $2,995. Here, go ahead and get that set. Alright folks, the easiest way to set the other one, just click that little set screw right here where the arrow is. It'll set your first officer one. They're not synced like some sims will allow you to sync them. This one does not. Well, this particular flight model of the 767 doesn't. Other aircraft, Zebo, Tolus, they all sync up. So does the Flight Factor A320. But this one does not. I even think the Rotate MD-11 does as well. Interesting texturing on the clouds ahead of us. All right, folks, and we are currently Getting ready to make that turn. Okay, so right now it's forecast at 150 or 319 to be when we make it to 6,000. We're gonna try to get there maybe a little quicker, but we're doing a great descent. I'm not gonna complain. All right, so here we go. It's showing us 1 minute 50 seconds to go. We might be a little off on that. Mr. Roy 7, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming aboard, following us. It's always great to have a follower. Thank you so much, sir. Look forward to seeing you on future flights. You'll get an email if you've got that notification tagged when we go live. Sounds like we got some traffic here. I better get over on SimAware and see what's up. Oh, United's been following us. Okay. I thought he was going to Chicago with his clearance. What I get for thinking always, folks. Always love having people to fly with out here. All right, let's I am going to go ahead and set us for 240. And let's put the speed brakes on. Okay, 10,000 feet coming up. Lights on. Eight miles to rush. All right, folks, hopefully this will be the last commercial break before the landing. Get through it quickly. I'm showing it on Twitch, but not on my feed next to me. There it goes. So hopefully we'll get through it as we approach Ellsworth Air Force Base. Speaking of which, Ellsworth traffic Sim Air Force 18 Heavy, type KC46, approaching the initial fix rush for the ILS-13. I need to get those speed brakes retracted. Alright, keep our descent going, and I am going to go ahead and take us down to 220, and hopefully get us slowing down again. Alright, now to properly fly an arc, folks, now we're going to let the FMC do all the hard work for us. But what you would do is set the TACAN here, which is 108.8. Folks, don't look for that in the real world. It's, what was it, 25, I think it was? Hang on a second. .25 X-ray. For those of you all that fly combat simulators, I don't think you have that ability here, because they're, set up in theaters. But if you're going to fly attack and approach like this, you would have to set your radios 25 X-ray. And then you fly it like you would anything else. Okay. Coming around. Let's get this thing going. This is not good when I see it hang up in a descent. All right. Get this coming down. So what you would do, you set your 25 X-ray, 108.8 in the simulators. And then basically with your RMI right here, every 10 degrees you would kick it. I think it's 10. I do not, folks, I never trained in instrument flying, especially arcs. So I'm just going by what I read, or at least what I thought I did. Thankfully, the FMCs do a good job. This would be your RMI if you're set to 10. Oh, we are. Okay, and we are coming up to our mark. Let's go ahead and get her down to 210. And I keep trying to keep this pretty close. As soon as we get back aimed at the localizer, we should be picking it up again. Let's double check. 11.5, 130. Okay. And those of you with the digital sims can learn how they can actually set a TACAN frequency off a tanker. That's how you hone in to know where, and all of that good stuff, your distances and all for your check calls and all of that. But again, that's on the combat simulators, not in the flight sim world. Okay, we'll just keep it here. Up, here we go. We've got the ILS coming alive. And we are about to aim for this one. Going flaps 2 or 5. All right, folks, here we go. We're about to kick it. Comes the 319. It is nowhere near it. All right, we're going to go ahead and going into intercept mode. Sure we grab that localizer. There we go. Localizer coming on. Slowing to 180, waiting on the glide slope. All right, folks, we are lining up for the approach. And we're heading 130. May have overshot. I'm not 100% sure yet. Nope, I got the runway, I think, out there. believe that's going to be our... Okay, maybe not. We're going to go ahead and work our way in. We're now 12 miles out. Yeah, that's our run. Cloud was throwing it off. All right, folks. But again, thanks, Mr. Roy7, for the follow. Man, always appreciate that. And where is our following traffic? So I don't get in his way. Is he going to Rapid City, or is he following us here? Ellsworth traffic, Sim Air Force 18 heavy, type KC46, 9-mile final, 13, runway in sight. Coming down with the gear.
Rapid City original traffic, United 2322, downwind runway 14. Rapid City regional.
Okay. Brakes are set. Speed gonna slow to 150. Sometimes this beast can be hard to get to slow down, folks. I'm going to take over. Okay, flaps are full, spoilers armed, brakes armed, coming up on speed, way high.
Caution, terrain, caution, terrain, caution, terrain, caution, terrain.
Ooh, nice. Brisk wind out of the east there at us, folks. 13,000 feet. We're landing.
Terrain.
Ellsworth traffic, Sim Air Force 18, short final, 13.
Pull up. Glide slope.
Ain't worried about glide slope now. I'm visual.
100. Pull up.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, we're on the ground. I didn't put in a prediction. Hopefully you did. And we'll find out. Here comes 80 knots on the brakes. Reverser's off. So he says. There they are. Hey, we are going to make Delta. What's that say? Dangerous cargo. No, we're not dangerous cargo, just dangerous pilot. Alright, so let's come off the runway. Hey, I must have been in here before. There's landing marks out here. Alright, we're going to be pulling up to those buildings right there, folks. As soon as we clear up, we'll... get a hold of ground, which we don't really have, and get our taxi to base ops. Was thinking about playing in the pattern, but think our fuel is right where it needs to be to not go that far. Alright, so let's clear up here. Spoilers. Okay. Get our headlamps off. Alright, and Apu coming on. Flight directors off. And ahead we go. Hope United made a safe landing over there at the municipal airport. Still a little rough.
United 2322 over Ellsworth on a 10-mile final for runway 14, Rapid City Regional.
And Ellsworth traffic, Sim Air Force 18's clear of the runway. It's a shame we don't have any good traffic for here for B1s like I did FSX. Had this ramp littered with B1s.
Passing you to the west, we're passing over.
Let's see if we see him. Nope, don't see him. Didn't think so with all these clouds. Alright, let's pull in here, do our shutdown. Again, folks, hope you enjoyed. That was actually a fun ride. Alright, taxi lights off. Wing lights off, logos can stay on, cabins up. Alright, and we didn't look at the AP. And you're good. Leads on. Oh, there's our traffic going into Rapid City right there, folks. And 2's off, 1's off. L beacon. And let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Auto brakes, the flight directors are off. Speed brakes up, auto brakes off, right? Yep. And APU transponder to standby now, along with the radar. All right, folks, welcome into our destination, Ellsworth Air Force Base. As you can see, many of the Air Force bases in X-Plane are populated with buildings, unlike Microsoft products prior to today's version. I don't know how they look. Prior to it, they was just lucky to get a runway. So really nice to see, although I used to go in and beef up any military airport I went in to give it a ramp, the look that you see on Google. All right, folks, so we've done our checklists. We're good. Let's see how this looked on. First off, let's get over here and close out with Sim Air Force. Finish, file, and filed. How did Sim Air Force fare me on this? Bear with me a second. And then we'll see how the rest of the world fared. Alright, there's mine, and I'm not going to approve it. You all get to do that. 425 feet a minute, and it says it gets to be accepted. We're not going to do that. I'm going to leave that for one of the other admins to do. Alright, so that looks good over at Sim Air Force. Let's take a look here at a few things, shall we? Let's get those, we'll leave everything else on for now. Alright, let's bring on Sim Toolkit. It'll give us a good visual of what we did. .474, and the flight's been logged. Awesome! Alright, so what you do here, folks, you come up here, you click the last flight, or whatever flight you want to look at. Click, usually if you click like anything else, it's going to bring it right up in your landing data. Because this flight just terminated, that's how we get this detail. Quick snapshot of what we did. 1.3 on the landing, 474 feet a minute. Little fast, that's probably why. But this is what I love right here. You can learn a lot just from this page, folks. One, see visually where you touch down, how you touch down. Shows 14 feet center line off. If you look at it, I mean, it probably is, but it looks pretty close to it. Here's your threshold, so anything beyond that is where you're supposed to land. We were 1,800 feet down the runway. Not bad. The runway dimensions and stuff are here. And then here's our details. Our heading, 127. The ideal was 130. So you could tell we were crabbing in 3 degrees. Off. Pitch, 0.4. We'll see how that relates to the runway in a minute, if the sim will let us. Speed 160, we already know. And we landed firm, but pretty decent on the G-forces. So overall, to me, this is a good landing. Hey, we're going to walk away from it. So guess what? It's always a good landing when you walk away. And I didn't pull Sim Toolkit up for you all. So sorry. All right, one more time, folks, so you all can see it. Okay, here's where we landed. And, of course, we just went into an ad break. So give it a minute and we'll continue from here. So, but for you, the subscribers who probably are the only ones hearing my voice right now, thank you so much. We are beginning to look at another airplane to add. I just haven't been able to find exactly what I want. But we'll see what's out there. But thank you so much for the subscriptions, and some of you who have gifted. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the generosity. Like I said in the beginning, it humbles me so much that, 3 years ago, I never thought anyone would want to listen to me, let alone watch, let alone look what 3 years has done. Thank you, subscribers, so much for your generosity. Followers, I can't say enough about you all as well, coming alongside, watching, being a part, helping out, critiquing me. Hey, I take it, folks. That's how we learn, is hearing from real pilots telling me, no, that's not right. So thank you, folks. But anyway, back to Sim Toolkit, since that loose nut behind the wheel forgot to pull it up for y'all. Here's the threshold we talked about. Anything forward is where we're supposed to land. We touched down where the green dot is, and that was 1,850 feet down, 14 feet to the right. Here's the touchdown details. Again, in my opinion, 1.3 G's, folks. Just a nice solid thump on the runway. I'm not going to complain. So I think it was a pretty good landing. So anyway, let's cross our fingers and hope for the best here, folks. All right. Flight. Replay. Oh yeah. And folks, when you do this, you can disconnect from VATSIM, but if you forget, it does it for you. Right, here we go. Come on. Work, 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 work. Oh, yay. All right, let's take it from here. Let me get some music here. The volume down a little bit. Some of the good music I used to love playing here just doesn't play anymore, but the grand finale does. One thing with these planes, folks, if you're having a hard time slowing down, you can get below 220, lower that landing gear. That really helps that drag. In the sims, I've found out. Let's kind of zoom in here. Ooh, when the flaps went full is when we got a little... Okay, we really were not that far off the center line, folks. And that's the reason we went. We were just aimed that way when we landed. Folks, that was a pretty doggone good landing. Let's look at it from the Hawker 125 cam, shall we? Just a little fast, folks. About 10 knots, to be exact. That really was not that bad of a landing. And get your cameras ready, folks. We'll put her in slow-mo. Now, take your shots. All right, let's go back, see how it looked from our wing cams. But again, folks, I really want to say thank you for your support. That really is not a bad landing, as the numbers seem to show feet per minute wise. Go back a second. Hang on a second, folks. That is a pretty good hill right off the... I wonder if that's really there in real life. Because we found some pretty shouldn't be there kind of things at an airport on many of our adventures. So anyway, here we go. Kiss it. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. 400 feet a minute, I'm on. Oh, well, it's what it gives us. You know, it's what we got to go with. All right, we're going to go with the tower view. Hey, not sure. Are we going to get one? Yes. And the junior co-pilot has joined us in the cockpit, folks. And there you go, folks, the landing at Ellsworth. She is up from a nap. That's awesome. All right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I've got a granddaughter I need to tend to. You all have great things to do on your Fridays as well. Or, I'm sorry, let's get it right. Friday Eves. All right, folks, want to say again, thank you so much for your support coming out. Remember, it is September. September means that we... She's back again. September means discounts, folks, when you subscribe to your favorite streamers, and we really hope you subscribe to us. 25% off Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, 30% discounts for gifting, and over in the Loot Cave. So, folks, we're going to sign off now and hope you all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to fly from Algiers, Algeria, that's the game plan, up to St. Louis or St. Louis, France, however it's pronounced. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow. And again, Mr. Roy7, thanks for your follow half hour ago. We really appreciate you. Hope to see you tomorrow in tomorrow's stream. God bless you all. By the way, that stream kicks 1600Z if everything goes as planned. We'll see you then. Have a great night. And we'll be looking for someone to hand this off to. Good night, everyone. And I think we'll hand it off to Duluth Fly. Looks like flying a 737. Hope you all have a great night. Again, God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.